The Galactic Council had made a grave miscalculation. For 3 centuries, humanity had played the role assigned to them: the diplomatic newcomers, the eager traders, the species willing to compromise. Emilia Chen, Earth's ambassador to the Council, had smiled through countless negotiations, had bowed her head when the Zarthic Empire demanded tariffs, had agreed to territorial concessions when the Velkorn Collective claimed mining rights in human space. Milo was her opposite in every way that mattered to the galaxy. Where Emilia spoke softly, Milo commanded Earth's first fleet with an iron fist hidden behind regulations and protocol. He watched from Earth's moonbase as his sister navigated the treacherous waters of galactic politics, his ships perpetually on standby, his marines drilling for wars that never came. The massacre on Prosperity Station changed everything. 1,400 human colonists, men, women, children. The Krell Dominion had declared the station's location violated some ancient territorial claim, a claim they'd never mentioned in 300 years of human expansion. They hadn't bothered with evacuation orders. The attack came at 0300 station time, when most inhabitants were asleep. The first Emilia knew of it was when her neural implant screamed to life, flooding her consciousness with emergency broadcasts. She was in her quarters on Council Station Alpha, and she had to watch through grainy surveillance footage as Krell warships reduced Prosperity to debris. Fathers clutching daughters, mothers shielding sons, all of them dying in the cold vacuum of space. The Council convened an emergency session 6 hours later. Emilia sat in humanity's designated seat, smaller than the others, positioned near the back, and listened as the Krell ambassador delivered what he clearly believed was a measured statement. The Dominion regrets the loss of life, but territorial sovereignty must be respected. Humanity was warned through proper channels. Lies, all lies. Emilia knew it. The Council knew it. But this was how things worked in galactic politics. The strong did what they wanted, and the weak suffered what they must. Ambassador Chen, the Council arbiter's voice droned through her translator. Does Earth wish to file a formal complaint? This was her cue. She was supposed to stand, deliver an impassioned speech about justice, and then accept whatever token reparations the Council offered. Perhaps the Krell would pay for the funerals. Perhaps they'd issue a formal apology. Then everyone would move on and humanity would swallow their grief and continue playing the game. Emilia stood slowly. Every eye in the chamber turned toward her. Compound eyes, crystalline sensors, thermal pits. Thousands of alien dignitaries waiting to see how the humans would bleed this time. Does Earth wish to file a complaint? Emilia repeated the question, her voice barely above a whisper. No. Confusion rippled through the chamber. The arbiter's translator must have malfunctioned because it asked again. Ambassador Chen, perhaps you misunderstood. I understood perfectly. Emilia's voice cut through the murmur like a blade. Earth does not wish to file a complaint with this Council. She reached up and removed the diplomatic insignia from her collar, a small silver pin representing 3 centuries of human integration into galactic society. She placed it carefully on the podium in front of her. Instead, Earth withdraws from the Galactic Council. Effective immediately, we withdraw recognition of all Council authority over human affairs. We withdraw our fleets from peacekeeping operations. We withdraw our trade agreements, our technology exchanges, our cultural programs. Her eyes found the Krell ambassador across the chamber. And we invoke the right of species sovereignty as outlined in the Council's own founding charter. The right of species sovereignty, a relic from the Council's early days, before the great powers had consolidated control. It meant only one thing. Earth was declaring the Krell Dominion a hostile species and claiming the right to respond without Council oversight. The Krell ambassador laughed. Actually laughed. The sound was like stone grinding on metal. The humans think they can challenge the Dominion? Your fleet couldn't defeat a single Krell battle group. You're absolutely right, Emilia said, and smiled. It wasn't her diplomatic smile. It was something the Council had never seen before, something cold and ancient that humanity had worn, long before they learned to hide it behind civilizations. Mask, my brother would like a word. The chamber's holographic displays flickered to life. Milo's face appeared, transmitted from Earth's moonbase. Behind him, through the observation window, the Council representatives could see what Earth had been building while they'd been busy playing their games. Ships. Not the exploration vessels humanity had shown the galaxy, not the cargo haulers or the science stations. These were weapons, pure and simple. Massive constructions of tungsten and ceramic bristling with railguns and missile pods. And there were hundreds of them. "Greetings, Galactic Council," Milo said, his voice carrying the weight of 300 years of restrained fury. "I'm Admiral Milo Chen, commander of Earth's Defense Force. That's what we called it anyway. Defense, because that's what you expected from us. The young species, the careful species, the species that knew its place," he leaned forward. "We learned your languages. We studied your cultures. We watched how you waged war, careful, calculated, always concerned about council sanctions and galactic opinion. And we realized something important. You'd forgotten what war actually means. You'd turned it into sport, into politics." Another display activated, showing real-time footage of the Krell Dominion's home system. Humanity's ships were already there, having made the jump through FTL space while the Council was still in session. "Humanity remembers," Milo continued. "We spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of killing our own species. We built weapons that could end all life on our planet and came within minutes of using them. We committed genocides and holocausts. We burned cities and salted Earth. We were very, very good at war, and we hated ourselves for it." The Krell ambassador had stopped laughing. He was frantically trying to contact his home fleet, his mandibles clicking in distress. "So when we came to the stars, we made a choice. We would be different. We would be civilized. We would follow your rules and hope that the galaxy was better than we had been." Milo's expression hardened. "You killed 1,400 of our people to teach us our place. So let me teach you something about humanity. On the displays, Earth's fleet opened fire, not at military targets, not at the Krell battle groups scrambling to respond, at the Dominion's orbital habitats, at their civilian stations, at everything the Krell had built above their homeworld over thousands of years of civilization. When you push us too far," Milo said quietly, "we don't push back. We don't retaliate. We don't seek proportional response." He paused. "We erase." The council chamber erupted in chaos. Species representatives were screaming, demanding Earth stand down, invoking every law and treaty humanity had just withdrawn from. The Arbiter was calling for sanctions, for intervention, for someone to stop what was happening. Amelia stood at her podium, still wearing that cold smile, and watched the galaxy finally understand what they'd been negotiating with all these centuries. Not a young species, not a peaceful species, a species that had simply been waiting to see if the galaxy was worth the effort of staying civilized for. The Krell Dominion had given them their answer, and humanity had dropped the mask.